Good morning. I'm Jason Hartley with SC Datacom. I've been here about 2 years. I'm an RCDD project manager. I've been a systems engineer and worked in the field here as well. I have 25 years plus of experience working with technology, networks, fiber optics, you name it, access control as well. And I'm here today to talk to you about comm rooms and about designing a network closet that makes sense. Now I'm just going to give you a brief overview, and we'll be glad to help you if you need help designing a comm room. So please feel free to give us a call. We'll be glad to come out and talk to you. There's 4 things I'm going to talk to you about designing a network closet, and this is for a smaller closet, usually something that would be used by mid-size to a smaller business. We can help you with larger comm rooms as well. But the 4 things I'm going to talk to you about are location, 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 KISS, keep it simple, stupid, clean your room, and security. The first one, location, location, location. You want to put your comm room somewhere where it can physically serve everything it needs to. A comm room needs to be within about 200 foot of any device that's going to serve. 300 foot is a wiring limitation, roughly 300 foot, but 200 foot will give you enough room to run your wire up, to run your wire down, to have some slack. So if you put it in the middle of a building and you have 200 foot on either side of it, then that's going to be adequate to physically serve those locations. Second thing is center is better than edge. Put your comm room somewhere in the middle of the building. It's going to be better protected if there's weather or some kind of event that goes on. Also, it's going to be centrally located and easier to get to quicker. The third thing is HVAC, power, and prepositions. You want to make sure that there's adequate heating, ventilation, air conditioning in the comm room. You don't want it to be overly wet, overly dry. You want to make sure that it does have some humidity in it, and you want to take care of the drainage water that comes off of that HVAC system if you have a localized one there. Also, you need to make sure you have enough power, and you need to be concerned with what's around your comm room. What's above it, what's below it, what's beside it. You don't want it sitting beside heavy equipment. Say there's a warehouse on the other side of the wall that has equipment that has a big power drawdown, causes some electromagnetic interference. You don't want it to be like on a floor underneath a kitchen or a bathroom that might be prone to flooding. So you want to kind of protect that area as best you can. Number 2 is keep it simple, stupid, the KISS acronym. So you want to make sure that your equipment is logically placed in your comm room. You don't want it to be crowded in. You want to make sure your network equipment is kind of in one area. You want to make sure your voice equipment is in another area, and any servers and large devices are kind of in another area. Now you can do this all in a small space, like even within one rack if you need to, but you just don't want to have everything jumbled together. You want to make sure you have shelves for smaller devices and smaller and mid-sized business. Sometimes there are peripheral devices in the comm room that need physical support, and shelves in your rack is a good way to handle that. Number 3 is clean your room. Just like your mama told you, get in there and clean it up. Clutter boxes, trash on the floor, dirty floors. I can't tell you how many times I've gone into a comm room and had to step over, under, around things to get where I needed to be. Number 1, having clearance around electronic equipment is the law. It's in the National Electrical Code, so you need to follow that code, and that code is for the safety of people, not necessarily for the electronics. So a clean space is a nice space to work. Don't be afraid to go in there and sweep in the comm room. You're not going to break anything, unless you're swinging the broom around. But just clean it up and make sure there's nothing in there. Don't have a trash can in there, but it sometimes is a good idea to have a box of trash bags. So when you go in there and you see trash, grab a trash bag out of the box, take it out. You want to make sure that your lighting is good, so that when people go into it, they can see, they can have that light they need to look at and operate it. There again, I've gone into many comm rooms where there's a bulb out or the lighting fixture's broken, and people just don't worry about it because they don't go in there a lot. But good lighting is good for everybody. Wire management. If you don't know what wiring management is, we'd be glad to talk to you about it. But basically, it's it's not really a device, but it's an apparatus you attach to your rack that allows you to route your patch cables through it horizontally or vertically. That just gives it a nicer, cleaner appearance and just makes things easier when you go to work on everything in your network closet. And the last thing is security. Keep people out, let people in. You might want access control on your door, card access, that gives you a record of who goes in and out. You might want a paper record, just put a clipboard with a sheet, tack it to the wall by the door inside the network closet. If something happens with your network or there's a problem and you want to know who's been in and out of there, just a simple sign in, sign out with a date and time will be adequate to let you know who's been in there and who's been working on stuff. And then one that I didn't really put in the list, but it is so important, is labeling. I can't say how much you need to label. Label it, label it, label it. You know, you need to know what the equipment is, even if it's as simple as putting a label on something that says, you know, warehouse switch, and that's the network switch that runs your warehouse, or office switch, and that's the switch that runs your office, or this is the firewall, or this is, you know, the application server that we're running. Just anything like that. Even labeling out in the field, make sure, you know, all your faceplates are labeled that go back to your network closet. As much labeling as you do, the easier it will make when things go wrong. That's really it. So just to run back over it, number one, location, location, location. Put your closet in the right place. Number two is KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. Logically organize the things in the closet. Clean your room. Like your mama said, pick up in there. Make sure you can see what you're doing and make sure it's easy to work. Number four, security. Keep them in, keep them out. Make sure that the right people are in. And the last thing is labeling. I'm Jason Hartley again with SC Datacom, and if there's anything that we can do to help you with your data closet or any of your electronic security and data needs, please give us a call. We'll be glad to help you.